Alright, so I don't know how interesting this is going to be to some or all of you, but come this February, 20 years ago this coming February, one of the worst people for crimes against America was arrested for espionage. He went by James Baker, aka G. Robinson, aka Ramon Garcia, aka, as I like to call him, piece of shit, POS. But mostly you guys would know him as Robert Hassan. FBI agent turned against his country. From 1980 to 2001, and in some cases, some people say even earlier than 1980, but let's just say over 22 years, he sold secrets to the Russians. All for $1.4 million. And for $1.4 million in cash and diamonds. So, I don't know. 22 years of spying and traitor against your country for $1.4 million total. Doesn't seem like much to me. In addition to that, 3 double agent KGB agents were killed for his actions. Numerous assets that took years to cultivate for the U.S. to gather information on foreign intelligence and the Russians were also killed and or disappeared, but we'll say that those are killed also. And today I'm going to take you around to about 5 of the 9 dead drop places that he would frequent. These will be in no chronological order, but I'm going to show you the locations and the general area where he did his drops and picked up his cash, and what he received basically from in monetary value and what he dropped off at these places. So, he lived over in Vienna, Virginia, and all these places are within 5 to 6 miles of his house on Talisman Drive. So his family has long since moved away. His wife divorced him. He is serving 15 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. I still think that's too good for him. I think he should have been go back to the Stuart area of England and draw and quarter him. That's what I think. But let's go around, and hopefully this won't be too boring, and I'll show you some of these places in the general area of where he did his drops and picks. So here's one of the first places. As you can see right here, Fairfax County Park Authority, Canterbury Woods Park. Kind of just a run-of-the-mill little family gathering with the children's playground, which I'm sure is newer and probably wasn't even there back in 1980s and 90s, when the latter part of his career, where he started doing a lot of stuff here locally. But I'm going to take you right now to the general area where he frequented this park a couple of times, and let me get you back to the area here. Oh, also, how would he know to contact the Russians? Well, there's been many different methods. One method is you put a piece of adhesive tape on the park sign somewhere. Let's just say, okay, this is where we're going to be. The Russians would come in and do a drop-off, or he would come in and do the drop-off and put a piece of adhesive tape vertically. Once when the Russians would pick up their secrets and drop the money off, they'd take that piece of tape and put it horizontally. That way he knew it was safe to come and get his money. So he liked bridges. He liked to use the bridges. Here, he would go climb down the embankment and tape trash bags full of the documents and diskettes and information up underneath the bridge frame. And then the Russians would come in, take that, leave the money in the exact same place that, you know, he left the classified documents. Here is two documented cases of his drop-off here. One in 1989 and one in 1990 underneath this bridge. Both times he used floppy disks. You know, the old 5 1/4 floppy disks. Not sure if many of you remember them or not. And for both the drops, he received one drop, he got $30,000 in cash, and the other drop, he received $35,000 in cash. So, I don't get it. He was a very intelligent individual, and you know, he worked right underneath the FBI's nose for, you know, basically his whole career. And all these places are, like I said, within 5 miles of his house. And I guess you really never consider looking for the bad guy in your own backyard, do you? Okay, stop number 2 on the footsteps of this piece of shit. Frickin' traitor. So let me go see if I can find the general area where he made this drop at and let you know what he got for here. Okay, I don't know how much this park has changed in 20 years, and I'm sure that this paved jogging path wasn't even here. But I do think it is up this way. Now, it's either that street light right there or one of the trees. And I don't even know what the frickin' tree is here, but this will be the general area up here. Yeah, somewhere here. I don't think it's here anymore. But there was a... Check out these 2 trees here. There's like some big carvings with a knife. Well, I'm not sure if that's it right above the ivy. You can see the gashes and things like that in that tree. I'm not sure if that's it or not, but it would be right around here in the general area. And for this place, he did 2 drops that are known in 1988 and 1991. And he got $17,000 in cash and diamonds in 88 and $18,000 in cash and diamonds in 1991. And he dropped off over 500 pages of classified material. Somewhere in this area. I want to say right there, but I'm not gonna, if I had to bet my life on it, I think that that is not where it's at. But somewhere along this trail is where it happened. Alright, here's another one. Idlewood Park. This one is very close to his home. We're talking maybe a mile and a half away. So I could drive by his house, but I'm not going to. All I'm going to say is it's been well documented, and it's on Talisman Lane. So this is one of the older Fairfax County parks. It's changed a little bit since the last time I was here. This soccer field wasn't here. This, I believe, was, but a long time ago I used to be on a softball team. We used to play in that field where I'm walking towards. And the drop, I believe, was just a little bit beyond or near that field. Yep, right up here. Of course, you like to use bridges, like I said. So here's another one. I'm gonna see if it's easy to access underneath, so I can kind of show you what it kind of looks like and where he would have stuck the documents and grabbed the money. But I don't know, it's pretty freaking steep. It's a big drop off. Let's go to the other side. Okay, so as you can see, that's 495 right here. And this is the W&OD footpath that goes from DC all the way down to Purcellville. So it's something like a 30 some mile trail you can bike on. I'm just gonna wait for this jogger to go by so I can get up underneath. Alright, let's see if I can get down here without busting my ass. It's steeper than it looks. Hey, I'm not too old. But there you go. He would use these beams to fasten the documents and grab the cash from. And the majority of the Fairfax County park bridges are like this. They're all built the same way in the same fashion. And what was it? Here he got, he did a drop in 89 and 91. In 89 he received $38,000 in cash, and in 91 he received $12,000 in cash and diamonds. So go ahead and take you to the final place. And so on that February day, when that piece of shit finally got caught, was down here at Foxstone Park at the end of this road. FBI was already staked out all around this area, had him on surveillance, and he was parked right over here somewhere, I think by this truck, and then whisked away by the big black cars. Well, the bridge is washed out or under repair. But this is where it happened, where he did the drop off and picked up the 50K, and then walked back up that trail this way. I'm parked right up here. So we'll get to the top of the trail here. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of fallen trees that they're trying to clear out here. And it was pretty much like a day like this, overcast, gray, cold morning. I think it was around like 8, a little bit after 8 is when all this went down. But there was a sign out here too, called Foxstone Park. And this was a dead drop. And again, he put that little innocuous piece of tape on there, turn it up vertical from horizontal to let the Russians know that the drop was made. And then he'd walk up that street a little bit right there. He was swooped in on and arrested. And he's, 15 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. Alright, well, I hope you liked it. You want more information and background on him, you can look him up. And there was a movie about his whole espionage. It came out in the mid or early 2000s called Breach, and It's a pretty damn good movie. It's a little bit slow, but it's a good movie. And it gets more and more intense towards the end. So, I would highly suggest you watch it if you're into that type of stuff. Which I am. Later.